Welcome, welcome, everybody. We are here to share success stories about the ultimate lifestyle transformation. My name is Lauren Johnson. I am stepping in for Miss Kimberly Sanders. It is her birthday today, so she is taking some time for herself. She created this beautiful community of wellness warriors, earth guardians, planeteers that we have all linked arms with. I have somebody in the waiting room, 1 second, with a regeneratively farmed superfood company. A little bit about my story is 4 years ago, I had this spiritual awakening and learned to be in touch with my body, learned about my feelings, and did all of these things. One more person we gotta let in. And then I realized I was meant to do something great in this lifetime. And I ended up dropping out of college, and I ended up going to live home free in the Pacific Northwest, Northern California. And I devoted my life to self-growth, to figuring out what I was going to do. And while Tammy's coming in, yay. So while I was out there doing all of this expansion searching, I was missing a key component. I was eating dumpster pizza and like lemon yogurt and just not taking care of my body. I was smoking cigarettes. I had not the healthiest habits. And so something was definitely missing. And I got the opportunity to come home and take care of my mom, which is where I'm at now. And once I got here, I got to reflect on my journey and realize that I wanted to have a child because I realized what a beautiful world this was after all, after I did some healing. But I knew I needed to really like figure out what I was going to do, what I was going to do for a job. And I needed to nourish my body and prepare my body for this child. And then I found Purium. I'm going to rewind a little bit. While I was on this journey of finding myself and of expanding my consciousness, I was watching a YouTube channel that's called After School. And one of the videos on there was about chemical farming. And they were talking about glyphosate use, which is the herbicide that is sprayed on all of our food. It's in the air we breathe. It's better known as Roundup. And I learned like it was kind of dooming because just in 1975, 1 in 5,000 children were born with autism. And today, 1 in 36 children are born with autism. And 1 in 3 are estimated to be born with autism in 2035. And this is just one of the correlations that are linked to glyphosate. Glyphosate destroys the gut microbiome. It's affecting our fertility. And at this rate, we're not going to be able to reproduce anymore. So I was like, like kind of scary, but I still have faith, right? And so when my friend shared this superfood with me, she was sharing it on her Facebook. I saw her making her shakes every day. I almost just scrolled by them thinking it was just somebody making their shakes. I actually did scroll by them many, many times. And then I noticed one of the words that she used, and she said detoxing glyphosate. So I was like, whoa, rewind. And I went back and asked her, I'm like, is this for real? Are you really removing glyphosate? And she said, yes, we have a glyphosate solution. It removes the glyphosate from the body. So that was the open door for me. And I was like, whoa, no way. Like, this is exactly what I was looking for. So I immediately ordered an ultimate lifestyle transformation with the little bit of money that I had for taking care of my mom. I just got back to take care of my mom, and I ordered my ULT, and within days, 3 days, I was like online in a way I didn't know was possible. I was being able to see clearly, like brighter, vibrant colors. I was definitely more in my body, sleep change, energy change, optimism change. Like I knew that like I could do anything more than I ever even thought. I was more in touch with my intuition. I was able to connect deeper with my body, with other people. My mellow was way more mellow, and like just like nothing really affected me like at all. And so yeah, so anyways, that's kind of it's a very spiritual thing for me. Physically, like I gained weight. I used to be like, I immediately quit smoking cigarettes within 3 days. No, that was within, I think, 5 days. But I quit smoking cigarettes. My cravings fell away. I don't crave pizza anymore. And this was a year ago. So I've been doing this for a year. And I gained the weight. I gained muscle, which is huge. So I know a lot of people will lose weight because of losing the toxins, toxicity, and inflammation, and losing weight. So it is possible to gain weight if it's what your body is looking for. So that's what happened for me, or what it's needing. Is I got to gain weight, and then I just like, then I have a lot of energy. I do. So that's a little bit about my story. And Brooke is going to share her story. She is a mom of 4. She is a licensed marriage therapist, and she is a life coach. So she's here to empower women. And so share a little bit about your story, Ms. Brooke.
Thanks, Lauren. I actually had never heard that story. I did not know that you went all through that. That's incredible. And I love your earrings. They're so stinking cute. Yeah, it's so great to be here. So a lot of you already know me, but my name is Brooke Sann, and I'm a marriage and life coach. And my journey is probably unique because everyone's journey is, but my story started a long time ago, and I didn't even realize it. But I really think that I'm just going to come out and say, I think that I've been constipated most of my life. And that was just like a normal part of my life. And I felt terrible all the time. And when I felt terrible, I would eat more terrible things. I was just in this like cyclical cycle that you eat junk and you feel crappy. And so you eat more junk. And as everyone says, we are overfed and undernourished. I didn't even know that it was possible to feel good in my own body, to feel good in my own gut. I am a hairdresser too. So when I first started working, I was working 12-hour days, and you ignore your body and you just push on. You just barrel through everything. So even if I was sick, or even if I felt disgusting, I just like would put on a happy face and just carry on. And I just hit a wall eventually. I really did. And I think probably a lot of people end up here because of that. I had my 3rd son, and I fell into a lot of deep, dark postpartum depression. I felt like I was losing my mind. I was either crying or screaming or couldn't get myself out of bed. I just really struggled to have any purpose or momentum, purpose, anything. I just couldn't get myself together. I first found life coaching. That was like more of my spiritual experience. And after I started pulling myself together, understanding why I was eating crap and like continuing to eat crap, that I was just trying to feel better. Once I realized that and started taking control over my cognitive, what's happening in my brain, what's happening in my body emotionally, after all of that, then I was able to deep dive into my physical experience, my nutrition. I came here through Megan Colito. I know a lot of you guys know her. She is an herbalist, and she started sharing things about Purium and things about her gut. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know people felt this way. I didn't even know that there was another way. So I started out on the products, and within a couple days, I felt incredible. I mean, I had a newborn baby at home. I was up all night, but at 6:30 in the morning, my eyes would just pop open, and I had so much energy, and I was just ready for the day. I felt incredible. My gut felt light. I felt just all of this energy. I just felt like life, like Lauren said, like it looked more colorful in some ways. I just had all of this excitement about me. And I just know that a lot of people struggle with this same situation, that we're just eating to survive. I just see so many women just like run out the door, and they just grab something in their hand, or they get their Starbucks, and they're just like on the go all the time, and they're just ignoring their physical and emotional body, and they just try to pack themselves full with other things to like fill that void. And I just know once I started putting these products in my body and eating whole foods, and I even just learning about glyphosate, I had no idea that our food had all of this chemicals on it. I always ate, fairly good, clean things, But if our body, if our gut isn't in a place where it can actually absorb our nutrition, it just kind of flies through us. You can eat whatever and you're not actually absorbing it. So once I started taking Biomedic, my gut just felt really good. It was absorbing things, and I could tell that like what I was eating was actually filling me up, that my body and my spirit even was packed through full through good nutrition. And I am now in a higher frequency, if you will. I'm in a higher space where I just feel like what I'm consuming is fuel. It's pure nutrition. I like to think about food as fuel, and I try to take out all of the judgments on it, whether it's healthy or unhealthy. I'm like, food is fuel, nutrition is all the same. And we want to just make sure that we're very intentional about what I'm putting in my body. I don't feel this need to be constantly filling myself up with things. I just want to eat what feels good in my body. And now when I do eat some things, I'm like, ooh, wow, that really doesn't feel good. Now that I've experienced contrast, I still will consume, cookies or ice cream and things like that, but instantly my body feels yucky, and I'm so in tune with my body now that I can let it go. I'm like, "Huh, that didn't really feel good." And I listen to my body, and I love her and I honor her and I respect her, and all of Mother Earth's goodness around us is packaged up in these beautiful little containers, and I just feel so it feels like pure love to me when I take my Purium shakes and I take my supplements. It just feels like me and Mother Earth are aligned, if you will. It just feels like, oh, this is how this was designed to work. Like, we are supposed to be eating these superfoods and loving ourselves. And when we feel good and we are full of love, I was just reading this book, how love is so healing. And we can heal others just by feeling love for ourselves and for the people around us. And so I'm just so honored to be a part of this journey and part of this community where I can learn and grow with everyone, and also be vulnerable to share my my real raw truth, the challenges that I've been through, and hopefully lift other people along the way. So that's kind of my story. Thank you for listening. I'll pass it back to Lauren.
So amazing. I'm just realizing how like our stories are similar. Um, and one of the main things that I really feel is a deeper connection to the earth also. And Kimberly said something to me the other day. She said, being aligned with our cellular makeup. So our cells in our bodies are made out of the earth. So we're made out of the minerals and all of those things. So if we don't have them in our body, we aren't really there all the way. You know what I mean? So I meant to share it. Typically we would share about the farming practices and the superfood at the beginning, but I didn't. So this is what's so different about this company. I'm going to share my screen here. Let's see. Can you guys see the screen? Okay. Do you want to share about the farming practices, Brooke, or is there something else? Okay. So we are regenerative farming. We are partnered with a bunch of regenerative farmers. Our main farm is in Utah, grown in an ancient lake bed. So as you can see in this photo, what is missing from our food is we're in an era of chemical farming, of tilling, of plowing, not crop rotating. We're just planting one crop and spraying more pesticides on it, so that the soil is lacking minerals, it's lacking life, it's lacking everything that we need to be alive, So we're eating what looks like food, but it doesn't have what we actually need in it. And so the difference here is that our superfoods are grown in regenerative grown with regenerative farming practices. So this is beyond organic. We crop rotate. This soil has been being grown for 30 years. Our main farm, as I was saying, is grown in an ancient lake bed. So it has 80-foot deep topsoil. we got it and we planted alfalfa in it for 4 years, and then we started building it and growing it. So this has like the minerals from thousands and thousands of years. And then every single year it just gets more nutrient dense. We never take more from the soil. We always give more to the soil. So this food has all of the minerals that our body needs to thrive. So that's why when we put this into our bodies, it has this effect, because we're getting what is missing from our modern industrialized food. So that's what we have there. And a little bit about the owners as well. So Dave Sandoval and Amy Venner, they are very, very heart-based, conscious people who are here to, we're about participating in conscious commerce. So there's none of the pesticides, there's none of the herbicides, there's nothing irradiated, it's pure, very high standards. We actually have a wind dehydration process so that when it's dehydrated, all the enzymes remain intact. 99% of the enzymes remain intact, so that when we add water to it, it's as if it was just picked freshly off of the vine. All the enzymes come back, and you're nourishing your body with that life force energy. Everything is picked at peak ripeness. If you go to your grocery store, things are picked way before they are ripe, which is when food has all its nutrients in it, so that it can sit on the store, it could make it to the store, and then it's been sitting there forever. So it's dead, it's essentially dead. And in addition to that, we have the lowest carbon footprint of any company in history. We are the manufacturers. Everything is done on site. Nothing's outsourced. That's where the manufacturers. And volcanic ash spring water, did I say that? So it's very, very, very high quality, and the farmers are very, very happy. The food is very happy. It's very, very high frequency, and that's why you can just feel it. And as energetic beings, we want to be putting high energy food into our bodies. And so that is what that feeling is that we get when we put it in our bodies. It's life force. So I talked about the founders, so a little bit more about the founders, Amy and Dave. Amy, she founded the Million Mom Movement, which is a movement of not just moms, it's the movement of many who are dedicated to sharing and educating about the food systems. We are passionate about dismantling and breaking free from the toxic food systems, and to be able to give pure food and bring this into families' homes, get it into our children. And so the movement of many is the Million Mom Movement. And we have weekly Zoom calls and education about different topics, and glyphosate, pregnancy, like postpartum, all kinds of things, autism, whatever the subject that people are really wanting to learn about, we will educate about, and we have those weekly calls. So she founded that. Dave is the farmer. So he founded this 30 years ago, and he's just dedicated to ending human suffering. And so this is huge. This is so amazing. It's high vibe. And let me go to my next screen here. Chrome. So this is the ultimate lifestyle transformation, and this is what I started on when I came into this company.
I can't see it, Lauren. I don't know if other people can, just so you know.
No? And what about now? Can you see the ULT on the screen?
Yep, you're good.
Yes. Hey. This is my first time doing the screen share, and this is like such a fun experience. So Here is a ULT. This is what typically we have people start on. It includes these, we call this the core four. Everything here is a core four except for the super cleanser, but it's just the bare bones of what we have. This is everything that's missing from our food today. It has all of the minerals, it has the amino acids, the gut support, it has the fruit, the cherry, and so when we dedicate 90 days, so we have a 90-day ultimate lifestyle transformation. It takes 90 days, scientifically proven, shown to form a habit. So what we do is we saturate ourselves with superfoods. It's basically a subtraction by addition. We're adding in these superfoods, and then the other things fall away. So like for me, I was saying cigarettes fell away and cravings fell away for unhealthy foods. But it's so mineral nutrient dense that it starts to feed our cells and the other things fall away. Anyways, let's talk about the products here. Do you want to share about any of these products, Brooke?
I love hearing you talk about it, so go for it.
Okay, so we have the Power Shake here. This is the main nutritional component that you will drink 2 times a day. So this has the equivalent nutritional value of 6 approximately superfood microgreen salads. And it has 96% of our micronutrient mineral needs that we need every single day. What else? There's all kinds of things about Power Shake. So yeah, the greens are grown in the ancient lake bed, and it's apple berry flavor. It's super delicious. Very, very alkalizing. So this whole system is designed, and what it does is it alkalizes the body. Dis-ease comes in an acidic environment, inflammation and acidity. So what we're doing here is adding in this very alkalizing food. And so this is going to be very, very alkalizing. It starts to alkalize the body. The whole thing is going to open up the detox pathways. So we're going to get our bowels open. We're going to get our kidneys filtering. That's what the apothecary is going to really support. This is often taken at bedtime. You can take it anytime during the day, but 2 tablespoons of this, and it is very supporting for the kidneys. It's the only food that has natural occurring melatonin in it. So what it does is it provides our body what it needs to produce its own melatonin. So it supports our body in producing melatonin for deep restful sleep, which is critical because in our sleep is when our body regenerates. It's when we heal. So if we're not getting deep restful sleep, we're not able to be regenerating. So this is a critical piece. You don't want to be without this. It's actually the highest antioxidant fruit of any fruit, more than blueberries, which is actually a fairly new discovery. So very antioxidant, anti-aging, great for the skin, and delicious. All of the stuff is just so good. So good. The green drink, the Power Shake, was made to taste so good. It is flavored with the Lujan berry monk fruit, which is extremely nutritious too, but it was created so that a green drink would taste good, and it tastes so good. Megan likes to say it tastes like Skittles, or the bottom of the Fruity Pebbles bowl. So that's that. And then we have the Biomedic. The Biomedic here is what removes the glyphosate. It is actually shown to remove the glyphosate. So thanks, Mom. She told me to breathe. So we did a preclinical trial, and within just 6 weeks, there was a reduction of glyphosate in our bodies by 75%. And what glyphosate does, so I'm going to rewind a little bit. It actually tears holes in the gut lining within like minutes of being in contact with the glyphosate. And glyphosate is sprayed over 4 billion pounds per year on our food. And it's estimated that less than 0.1% actually lands on a plant. The rest of it goes into the soil, it's in our water system, it's in the rainwater, it's infiltrated everything. So it's unavoidable, essentially. So this is really for everybody. And what it does is it lines our gut lining, and it helps starts to build this mucoid plaque layer in our gut, and it pushes down the microvilli in our gut, which are what absorb the minerals. And it inhibits our body from absorbing minerals, essentially. So not only is our food lacking minerals, our gut isn't absorbing minerals either, even if there was minerals in the food, because of this glyphosate and this plaque lining that we have in our gut. So the biomedic goes in there, and it sweeps out the glyphosate, and we excrete it through our urine, and it starts to remove the mucoid plaque along with the super cleanser, and it with the nourishing of the power shake, it rebuilds our gut microvilli. And in the clinical trial with the biomedic, the people that took the biomedic were only taking 1 of the capsules per day. So in the ULT, we are taking 2 capsules per day. And so a reduction of 75%. And then at the same time that we reduced glyphosate by 75%, we had a reduction in C-reactive protein by 74%. C-reactive protein is an inflammation biomarker, so inflammation in the body. And in addition to that, we keep by 35%. So super important for our gut, and that's a major piece of it. And then we have the Super Amino 23. This is a vegan pre-digested protein that was created for patients that were bedridden in a hospital, unable to digest food. It was something like stomach cancer or something, but they were not able to consume proteins. And so what this does, it's pre-digested, and it goes into our body, and it gets absorbed into our tissues in just 23 minutes. And there's no catabolic waste. It doesn't clog our kidneys, it doesn't clog our blood. And if you think of like say a piece of meat, it's very, very hard on our digestive system, and it creates a lot of catabolic waste, a lot of toxicity that our body has to process out. And so this gives our body digestive rest. It gives us all of the aminos that we need. It has all of the master amino acid pattern here, that the essential amino acids that we need, and it rebuilds all of the tissues, muscles, skin, ligaments, all of the tissues in the body. So it helps with muscle building and firming up the skin. It's helped people that have lost lots and lots of weight to tighten their skin, elasticity. Am I missing more? There's just so much, but that's a little bit about the aminos. And then we have the super cleanser. The super cleanser is going to span over the first month and the second month. So you're going to take the super cleanser, which is a gentle parasite cleanse, and this is going to start to clean out the parasites, clean out the colon, and you take it for 10 days, for a 10-day period. You're going to wait 20 more days, and then you take it for a 10-day period in the second month. And that would be the whole cycle of the super cleanser, and then you just don't take it anymore for the rest of the 90 days. And parasites are a major part of our cravings. We get parasites from tap water. We get parasites from handling money, from having pets. Like I sleep with pets, like I've got parasites from them. What else? All kinds of things, from meat, from I can't think of anything else right now, but we get parasites all kinds of ways. So we are one of the only countries that don't parasite cleanse regularly. So when we get to parasite cleanse, we'll note it will get more nutrient absorption. So then we're really able to absorb all these minerals even better, and it just gets even better. So yeah, that is the whole 90-day ultimate lifestyle transformation and gut repair. Let's see. And then I also wanted to share a little bit about the plastic. So right here, a little bit more about the company. They put everything back into going plastic free. There's nothing else like this out there. 300,000 pounds of plastic from going into the environment. Can you guys see the screen? Okay, so then you can see here the equivalent of this many plastic bottles, that many bags, 27 million plastic shopping bags. And so it's just amazing. And they're finding microplastics in our brains and all of our essential organs, which is just causing damage to our health. Like, in addition to that, we have the chemtrails, we have just all of the things. So we're in a constant state of toxicity, and this is the most beautiful synergistic kit to really start to detox all those chemicals out, heavy metals start to come out, the parasites, and in doing so and giving our body all the support, our body comes to homeostasis and it's able to start to self-repair and start to regenerate. And this is when we see our body healing itself. So our bodies are self-healing. We are divine beings created in the image of God. We're extensions of God, and we're not meant to be sick and ill and toxic and unhappy. The other thing is our gut microbiome. Our gut microbiome produces our serotonin. So if we have a compromised gut microbiome, which the glyphosate and just everything, the food that we're eating is causing, then it's harder to be happy. So like Brooke experienced, the happiness, the life come back to her, like I experienced, and it's just so many others. We have to heal our guts. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. So Brooke, would you like to add anything?
I'll just say, Lauren, you did an amazing job. Just, I knew you were such a wealth of knowledge when it comes to all of these products. And yes, mom, your mom is always right. Take a deep breath every breath. My mom's on this call too, and I bet she was probably thinking the same thing for me to take a deep breath. But no, I'm just so grateful for all of these products. And I love being with people who are kind of on the same frequency, on the same vibration, because it's a movement, really, right? This is an opportunity to really kind of tune into ourselves and be able to change ourselves and our nutrition, and also offer that to the world. I have my aunt on my call. I have my mom on my call. I have friends. All the time we're learning and growing together, and it's so great to be with other people who lift us up and edify us and nourish us. I mean, what more do you want from the world? It's a beautiful thing. So that's it.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to share that. So what typically happens is we have people come on, and like myself and like Brooke, is we get to experience this transformation, this ignition, this cellular activation, and we want to share it with people. People start to notice, what are you doing? And so then we become a brand partner, and then we get to share it with people too, and make some money to be sharing something that we'd already be sharing, which is another benefit of this. And for me, my grandparents, so I was able to help my grandparents who are 82 and 80 years old. My mom, who I'm currently helping right now, she'd been bedridden for a year, very depressed, a lot of mental health, malnourished, deteriorating. So she's coming back to life after a little over 30 days. She's walking around telling me to breathe. Like, yes, that's like amazing. And my sister-in-law, she was pregnant. She got to incorporate these superfoods into her lifestyle in her last trimester. And even now she's going further into it. So we have a 6-month-old nephew, and my dad is doing this. And then I've got to help friends and just more and more people. And like, this is something that we have to share. Like, the toxicity is real. The food epidemic, the chronic illness that's going on is real, and the toxicity in our food is real. And it's just so hard to find anything pure. So everybody deserves this. We are all human beings. We all deserve to eat this food. Like, so yeah. So get back to the person that shared this call with you if you would like to get a gift code or get started or have any more questions. We're always here for questions. We definitely don't want anybody to start this journey with having questions or not feeling 100% sure. So we are here to provide the education, to provide the support, and we're open books for all of the questions to give you what you need and to be of support for you for where you are at. And so yeah, I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you all for coming. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
sharing, Brooke.
Lauren.
Yeah.